And the Swain would be a different spin on that. Corki as well does give you some more early game power, which I think can be pretty beneficial. You can't concede all lanes. You can't.
And I feel like he's noticed that, but we've got to keep a look at this level 1 from Fnatic.
Gray face check straight into the bush. Fnatic looking for the flash forward. Hylissang there as well. The decimating smash is big, but Prey cannot escape. Fnatic get burst blood. Now BDD needs to run for the hills. Hylissang will have the Winter's Bite back up. Looking for the gank on BDD. No flash on that sign. Does get the slow. Flash in though, Broxer gets the stun lock, BDD caught out at the tower. Fnatic gets second kill of the game. There's a fight in the bottom lane as well. Reckless is low, Ignite down on him, he has to flash heal away, but the chase is in. The Gleaming Quill from Gorilla hits home, and now Hylissang has to run for the hills as well.
Yeah, and the bottom lane's
lane for Reckless, and he just tried to get this push in as quickly as possible, just as the red buff respawns. So clearly
he's wanted pushed in, and Brox is moving up here.
Flashing from Whippo with the slow. Gets the Bella's Breath out as well. Peanut here is level 6. BDD on his way as well. Whippo, no flash on him, of course. There's the suppression, but it's only onto Peanut, and Brox has gone way too far. Here comes the Corki, though. One on Khan. Peanut goes into the globules as well. BDD's going to fight off Whippo and Caps. Trying to catch on towards that. Zach able to get the double. Caps secures it.
And again, look at this from Fnatic. 3rd red buff in a row that they're playing for. Caps already in the lane.
Flash pull back with a great let's bounce from Peanut. Gets him away. He flashes as well. BDD now coming up from the mid lane. Hylissang's there as well. BDD may just need to run away from this one. Boxer on the wrong side. Teleport coming in from Khan. Kingzone want this fight. We said they would force, and they're forcing straight on towards the Skarner. He's dead in the jungle. Kingzone capitalized. Khan, though, might be a little bit caught out here by Caps. Hylissang brings down the Fisher to the
That's pretty sick, but this could just be...
Could just be first brick for Whippo in the top
lane. He's going to get it. I mean, you could probably just tank up the Vladimir at this point and get those last couple hits in.
Final order attack. Whippo gets the solo gold as well and forces Khan low. Knows there's no Hema play. Will be the stalwart presence who makes the plays, but you have to bring attention to Whippo. We thought there would be a massive skill disparity between Whippo, who's never played internationally, and Khan. It's going to be a fight down here in the bottom lane. Whippo is the one teleporting in.
Already.
Call of the Forge God, the horn comes out, the pain train lands, only onto the Rakan though. Gorilla caught there, the package in, Prey flashes away, but Caps still on the chase. Gorilla's going to sacrifice himself, and Fnatic capitalize in the bottom lane.
They utilize the TP advantage, the positioning, even though they don't drop that bot lane tower. Mid is extremely low, bot is extremely low, and Kingzone, they're on the back foot.
This is used on BDD just to slow him up. He's going to run away. And that's the mid lane tower going down.
1-1 style comp. Ideally, you want to have a lead, but Khan, he's been at such a deficit, he hasn't been able to fight. Now we see a fight.
Big fight coming out. Call of the Forge God used. Whippo there, misses it, but in the midst of it all is Gorilla. He's the first to go down. Now they're going to jump on Prey. Fnatic find the fight in the jungle. This is the Fnatic we saw in the EU LCS split. Team fights, skirmishes. That's exactly what they can do. Khan's in the midst of it all, but the Hemo player only hits onto Reckless, and now Khan has fallen. Kingzone collapse in their own jungle, and Reckless and Caps are not done yet. The chase onto BDD, unable to connect with the stun, will force him back underneath his tower.
This is a huge fight for Fnatic, but the question is...
A Trinity Force crit is going to be like 80% of his health.
This is where we have to see Kingzone have that legendary map play. They're behind, they have to find opportunities to pick off members of Fnatic, they have to find ways of not losing their base.
And the last time that Kingzone, formerly Longzhu, went up against Fnatic, it was a 20-minute stomp with a dancing Rift Herald in the base. Now we see an engage from Fnatic in mid.
Whippo from the side, Prey pops at the Feather Storm to get himself out alive, but that tower is going to fall before the TP can connect. Maybe Fnatic will want to continue the fight. Instead, they say, we'll just take the tower.
So if they were to win a fight, they can certainly very quickly close some of that lead, but as of now, it's certainly all Fnatic all the time. They just need to keep them. Just going to use the Ornn ult to try to clear them off and pressure this turret.
Prey uses his own ultimate to keep himself alive. Tower goes down in the bottom lane. Gorilla there in the front line. BDD stunned up. Cap stepping forward, but they can't get the tower. There's no minions here for Fnatic.
It's good wave clear from Kingzone. They're just trying to buy time.
Whippo stepped up to the plate, but on a tank, he can't carry this team.
But he's on a champion that he is so much more comfortable on, and he's had a game.
Boxer, Hylissang, and Reckless are on their way across as well. Looking for that rapid fire shot on towards the tower from Reckless. That's another turret down. No inhibitor towers down yet, but Fnatic have cleared the rest in the wings. Peanut steps forward. Gorilla there as well. Fnatic playing around the Baron, but you can see the reaction, the suppression on Gorilla. He's down. Khan teleporting in. This is the fight that you have to win if you're Kingzone, because otherwise Fnatic are going to take everything. BDD knocked away. Prey with the Feather Storm keeping himself alive. Look at the bottom side of this fight, because that's where Kingzone have to retreat to. Whippo still in that front line, tanking up all the damage, forcing Kingzone away.
Whippo doing so much work in the 1v2. He forces Prey back, Fnatic, they find a kill onto Gorilla, and they have their eyes set on the Baron.
Peanut can still steal here. Flash, smite, up for him. Weeper forced away by Khan, but Khan now has to pop the Sanguine Pool. Box is taking it up. Prey is dead. Reckless jumps in. Peanut has to leap the hell away from there, and he's forced out. And now the Baron is Fnatic's. They can secure this one easily.
Fnatic doing such a good job around the Baron, pushing Peanut out.
Look for the concussive blows coming out from Hylissang, because that's what's going to stop him in his tracks.
Now we see all three lanes. There's the engage just to zone away Khan from the tower.
That's the inhibitor tower down. Fnatic break open the base of Kingzone. Meanwhile, in the top side, that's where we're going to see Kingzone engage. Inhibitor's going to fall here. Caps was able to get away by himself from three members.
Need to pull the trigger and win a fight instantly.
They have been in this sort of situation before, maybe not this split, but there are so many veterans on this team, so many experienced players. You only have to look at the bottom lane of Prey and Gorilla. 3 LCK championships together, multiple worlds appearances, and that's what Gorilla looks for with the engage. But Caps able to get away towards the backline. Fnatic in the midst of this all. Reckless is not there. BDD kills Hylissang. Guipo having to run away here as well. Reckless is going for the mid lane inhib though. Prey's trying to answer him. It's AD versus AD for the moment, but Peanut has joined in as well.
Remember that earlier on, Caps was forced to use his flash, so he had to play extremely defensively in that fight. That meant that Hylissang had to be the defensive line, but even with an engage from Kingzone, Fnatic have too much pressure with the super minions.
Look at Peanut though, he's going to be able to cut off Guipo and Brox in the midst of this all. Prey chunked out, but Caps now caught up in that backline. Gorilla with the double knockout. The combo that we talked about from Kingzone is devastating. They do lose mid lane inhib to Reckless, who now needs to get out. They're going to lose Guipo as well.
And this is the best case scenario for Kingzone, but they've lost so much as a result. They still have full control over this game.
Yeah, I mean, Kingzone played the fights very, very well there, but because Fnatic waited for the super minions to be pushing in the bottom lane, those were always going to be getting if Khan can find him, but they are looking to push in and close this game out before that even has a chance.
Prey pops the Feather Storm once again. Fnatic 5-man in the top lane. Kingzone trying to answer. So far behind, Gorilla jumps in, but can't quite land the quickness. There's the Shurelius from Khan though, trying to get on towards that back line. Doesn't make the connection, and now Fnatic will redouble their efforts and push back in.
Remember, Fnatic don't have to force anything because the super minions are pushing in from 2 different lanes. That's the third inhibitor down. Fnatic
Nexus tower's getting shredded here, Vedius. Guipo in the front line. Peanut jumps in, but that Nexus tower has to be the target here for Fnatic. They can't take it. No minions there yet. And Kingzone able to defend for the moment.
But for how much longer? I mean, super minions coming from every lane, 2 at a time. There will be 6 per wave, essentially, here. And they stopped the base of Whippo, so he's not able to TP and rejoin. But the Nexus turrets are gone. They are getting corralled into their base.
The Nexus is so close to falling. Fnatic, they could claim their revenge over Kingzone and secure their first win of MSI. There's only a Kingzone squad that stands in their way.
Only the back-to-back LCK champions in the way. Gorilla gets on that backline, but Caps is still alive. The Hemo Plague is huge here. Able to keep Caps up, though. Reckless in the midst of it all, getting a lot of damage down. Guipo forcing Prey out from the backline. Reckless drops away. Fnatic redouble their efforts, push back in. Caps gets one, Prey gets one, but BDD's the next to fall, and Fnatic can see the base. They can see it in their sights. Fnatic are going to take the game. They'll kill the unkillable and take down Kingzone.
A complete flip from the ability to send the 2 mid and top laners off to the side and give all the mid lane farm over to Uzi, and then the ability to group up force fights with
this early game. Let me still unable to really get that play down towards the bottom side, but MLXG is looking for the play in mid. The Hemo Play comes down, and Warzone, no escape from that at all. First blood to RNG.
Very clean there from RNG. MLXG using his flash over the wall to punish the summonerless Warzone. They're able to dive underneath the tower. They know they have more than enough damage, and now MLXG gains so much pressure in the enemy jungle.
Oh, he's got to be careful.
Subjugate stands united as well, but MLXG's just going to die to Yijin. There's the Vietnamese junglers we know and love. Yijin trying to escape. No blast cone there for him. No flash on him either. Xiaohu with the chase. Here's the call of the Forge Guard, but Xiaohu can just use the Sanguine Pool. Gets the kill, gets doubles as well, and forces Stark away.
And while it's nice for Yijin to pick up a lot more playmaking potential, the engage here from Rakan can be so strong. And Xiaohu looking for Slay.
Straight through Yijin, who didn't even realize he was coming. Slay does get healed up by Ron P across the wall. Xiaohu underneath the tower, Stark coming in with the teleport as well. There's the call of the Forge God, connects onto the Vlad, the dazzle, the stun. Xiaohu caught in the limelight as Evos get a kill.
Yeah, Xiaohu just tries to wander on in there, but there's so many members from Evos on the bottom side of the map. 4 people show up, they shut that down, and now they're going to be the ones pressuring for first turret here.
That is so huge for Evos, shutting down one of the main pressure points for RNG. But now, they have Shen ulti and they have a flanking MLXG.
Stand United on MLXG, the double taunt as well. Rono P has to flash, Stark does the same, the Dazzle comes out, but the quickness is too much. Ming gets the first, Stark and Yijin forced underneath their tower.
Securing control over the Drake.
Banner being there means that RNG will get the first tower of the game with it. A 2,500 gold lead 16 minutes in. It's been slow, it's been methodical, but it's been very good from RNG.
I always love how you see how teams actually allocate gold when you're getting a first turret, and every time it's with RNG, Uzi's given solo gold, and I think that's the right decision because it gets you, to a power point.
Oh, Slay's not in a good spot here at all. Let me flash, taunt. Zhao, who comes in from the side, says thank you very much. I will get the final auto attack down for the kill. And that Vladimir
will be on them finding this early lead because you kind of have the Shen usage, you have the ability for Vladimir to gain this
powerful engage coming out of RNG. If you get that big Vladimir ultimate alongside Uzi coming in and Ming engaging with
a tower objective over on the other, and you can see a lot of them are set up towards the bot side of the map right now.
The bottom side, but Lemmy should be able to get this tower pretty easily anyway. That split push Shen doing exactly what RNG needs it to do.
And look at the top lane as we're in a better position to fight. They still have all the summoners available for Uzi, and now they're looking for Yijin.
Jump straight onto Yijin, that's the jungler dead, and Baron in their sights as well. Slay is going to be able to catch out MLXG, but Lemmy does have...
And to speak a little bit about those three items, as we're going to get a fight.
Charm lands straight onto Yijin again, the jungler falls first. Moy will never give up. Playing around the map.
Drop that Slay has while going for your second tier until you have that Archangel's.
Flash onto Ron, there's the knock-up as well. Can't even get the ult down in time. RNG picking off Evos one by one.
So much pressure, absolutely everywhere right now.
Looking for the flank in the mid lane, that's a dead Warzone. Slay low as well. Stark in the front line, but Zhao who jumps all the way into that back. Stark now having to flash away himself as well. RNG playing with their food at the moment, forcing in this mid lane tower.
And RNG is honestly just playing the map so well, showcasing some superior macro here against Evos. They do well, but RNG is just playing that much better. Evos are being outclassed in this game, but by no means are they turning in a shameful performance. They are really, showing that they can play. Yes,
yeah.
Zhao who's coming in with the Stand United as well. Warzone once again overextended in the lane. There's a Cosmic Radiance. They need to keep that Cassio alive, but already she's dead. Here's the call of the Forge God as well from Stark on that backline, but all of RNG are just shredding through Evos. A double for Uzi, the knock-up on Yijin. That's going to be another kill for RNG. And they can either go, oh, what is that? Zhao who just destroys Slay.
And RNG melt through Evos. There is no one standing in their way. Stark TP'd on the flank and he was just ignored. And RNG,
because their engage is so powerful, their vision control was so complete. They find the fight, they find the flank, and with that it has to be the last nail in the coffin, you think, for Evos.
That it does. What a play there. Let's have another look at that fight if we can. This replay is brought to you by Acer Predator.
And really,
pressure in the mid lane. Let Me is down towards that bottom side. No Stand United for him. Evos know it. They're going to try and make a fight happen, but Let Me has the flank, the damage. Rono P dead. Slay falls down at the back of the fight as well. Zhao who's going to kill the Ezreal. RNG are just going to wipe the floor with Evos. A clean 4 kills for RNG.
Yeah, there was a team there, I swear. You may not believe your eyes after that one. And RNG going to close out a very strong game, showcasing again their macro play, their map movement. This is a top team in the world, and they are going to be tied at first.
RNG take down the Nexus. Take down the Nexus, take the turrets, take down everything from Evos. They tie up with Kingzone at 2-1.
Not high enough elo. not even gonna pretend on that one.
You had an opportunity there. You can be like, oh yeah,
maybe
we
when
play
he was
all
like
the time.
smurfing through my elo or something.
Penalties available. Teleport is up 2. There's 1 ward behind. Impact could TP for the flank.
And Betty's really low, but they're gonna come in.
Teleport comes in. Pobelder with a knock-up. Here comes the Galio Ulgo trying to stop Team Liquid in their tracks. First blood goes to Impact. Mujin low off the backside, but Maple's answered here. And Betty is still alive in the front of this fight. Trying to catch on to Impact. Double that stands in the way, blocks his top laner for the moment.
It looks like it's a pretty even fight, but Flash Wolves are able to come out just slightly ahead. The Galio ulti doing work as it reacts very effectively to the Team Liquid engage.
Yeah, and it's 2-for-1 in the trade, but getting the first turret is really the big win there for Flash Wolves, and that is going to put them significantly ahead 2.5k this early.
Down towards this bottom lane. Hanabi did flash across the wall, but the pillar comes out. Hanabi's not in the best of shapes at all. Impact with the knock-up. And Gangplank not long for the rift. Impact will get his second kill.
Now, good punish here from Team Liquid. You draft a melee mid laner, you have the wind wall to delay a wave, but outside of that, there's not much you can do as Smithy now makes his way up to the Herald.
Mugen did land the smite, so it went over to Flash Wolves, but they have to try and pick it up here.
But at the same time, Betty is pushing your turret, so can you actually afford to just sit around and defend this when you're losing a turret right now? I mean, Doublelift is also losing the farm, and they're just going to actually sacrifice that turret because he didn't feel safe.
Now they have pressure, and they're using that pressure to find advantages across the board.
And Team Liquid trying to keep this one alive. Betty there, but has the black shield on him to manage
around
to...
that Rift Herald. As a result, they don't defend their top turret. They lose Rift Herald anyway. That causes them to lose the mid turret. You know, that is a really big swing in the game. And when
Sword Art's on his way as well. Mugen there, the cannon barrage comes out. Pobelter with a great flash, but Sword Art pops down the soul shackles. There's the binding as well, the cleanse in the end, but you cannot get away from the Flash Wolves. They hunt in a pack, and they take down...
Far and above of Doublelift. 2 levels as well. Now Pobelter, he's stuck again.
Flash, torn, there's the Winds of War as well. Mugen secures the kill on Pobelter. There's a fight up towards the top side as well, though, because here comes the hero's entrance. Sword Art was caught out, but Joey and Smithy now need to run away because Hanabi has the flank. Doublelift there as well. Impact. Joey the first to fall. Doublelift takes a chunk as well, but will escape.
Ease of ability for the enemy team to just collapse on you. With him now down, and with a successful fight around this area, Flash will secure one of the earliest Barons of MSI.
Second tier turret is going to fall here for Flash Wolves, and then they'll rotate back up towards mid and group up as a 5-man.
And look at how they keep...
Without Casa, they could actually have the same effect at MSI, same effect at international tournaments that they have in the past. Well, once again, they are proving that they can play with the big dogs. They can challenge for those semi-finals, final spots.
And they can best them. I mean, they are dominating Team Liquid in this game. They are head and shoulders above as far as this game's performance. And they are closing in on a 10,000 gold lead at 23 minutes.
Here comes that inhibitor push with the Baron as well. Joey trying to put up the wall to stop Flash Wolves, but you've got a Graves, you've got an Ezreal, you've got a Gangplank. You're going to shred through that tower pretty quickly. Jump in as well from Betty. The confidence that he has in his play at the moment after the Varus games yesterday, the Ezreal game today. Flash Wolves get the inhibitor, a 10,000 gold lead.
Point of the game, it's hard to imagine a world in which TL can actually delay this game long enough to catch up. For playstyle, because having him on a Yasuo is something that is definitely very atypical, and he has struggled in this outlet.
Apart from the minions that are pushed towards the towers, the last breath comes out, but Pobelter just does nothing. No damage at all, and Flash Wolves are looking for the win here. Just need to force Team Liquid back from the inhibitor tower. Super minions pushing in the mid lane as well. Betty jumps forward, looking for impact, and Smithy, the flash is away, the flash is forward. Flash Wolves going deep to the Team Liquid base. They'll secure 2 more kills, and now they can look for that inhibitor as well.
Liquid tried to go for a desperation defense, but it just wasn't enough. The gold lead is too insurmountable, and Flash Wolves are looking to take top of the group.
Flash Wolves playing an incredible game, showing another style, a new draft, and completely outclassing TL in this game.
Absolutely dominant performance here from the Flash Wolves. They're not done yet. They want to pick up those final kills as well. The hero's entrance from Maple, who has been a hero this entire game, and with that win, Flash Wolves go top of the MSI table.
And overall, just a very good...
hand-to-hand combat, then you're going to lose if you don't use the extra mobility to your advantage to create a good situation.
Is actually towards the bottom side here.
Flash already coming out. Slay potentially going to be stunned up here. It does come out. Already trying to get away. Utilizing the lantern. Now having a flash out. Getting himself back. Exhaust comes down. TP going to be channeled here now for Evos. Looking to cut off the escape by Kingzone. Stark finds his way here into the fight now. BDD also making his way in. Stark going to be taken incredibly low. Tries to find the shield. Having a flash out now himself. BDD will also flash away. It's summoners left, right, and center. As Peanut will now be found out by Yijin there in the river. Goes for the Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike also coming through. Warzone looking to finish this one off. Arrow over the wall. Won't find it. But the fight continues as Warzone now backs away. Gorilla potentially in some trouble. Ron OP looking to find the hook. They jump back in. They find the damage on the Gorilla and first blood.
And during all
for Evos.
Kill for having availability of her ultimate. Here it goes though, Talia.
Talia coming up. Warzone looking to make this one happen. But the damage comes in.
Well, it's not a double kill, but he does get a 2v1.
We have to just wait and see what the next ulti.
Deficio is the devil on your shoulder, telling you. Here we go, though. Rano P's running for his life.
Rano P, not level 6 yet, trying to hook over to the Infernal Drake to get himself away from this one.
Flash.
But he does not have the flash, so he'll go down as Kingzone grab themselves that kill.
So again,
well, never mind.
All right, here we go. Evos looking to start this one off. Able to find the collapse, able to find the damage down onto the enemy. 80 carry. Prey's already out of the picture. Yijin going to be avoiding some of this for now. Peanut having to walk away. The horn gets sounded, but Peanut will still be able to avoid it for now. He will not escape the ensuing collapse. Warzone grabs the kill onto him, and that's 2 for 0 going over to the Evos.
Great change here from Evos. They completely give up the top side of the map. They look for a play away from the Alawi. They have Stark. He teleports down even to come in and pick up an extra kill for themselves. They're also going to turn that into an objective if they could finish off the turret, but the minions are down, and Yijin close to going down as well.
Be early on. Rage Blade not completed for Slay yet, though.
Oh, Ron.
Slay does have his. Rano P could be in a bit of a spot here. Throws out the lantern in case Warzone wanted to get any closer. Rano P now still going to be in some trouble. More damage coming through. Gorilla barely getting himself away. But the piercing arrow into the back takes it down. Nice kick.
We'll see if Evos have anything to say about it.
Oh, Warzone is very low on mana. I think they just have to let it go. Another thing here is Warzone is not running Dematerializer. At least there's absolutely no stacks he could have used. And there's a banner on BDD's side. Normally when we see the banner mid laners, let's actually see a bot lane first.
Right, the horn gets sounded. Stark trying to move forward onto this one. Prey walking himself away. Piercing arrow yet again. Slay is on point.
We have some teams that play a lot faster than some of the teams we see back in the LCK. There is more kills, more fights. And it's been a very effective way.
At this point in time, Yijin finding the Sonic Wave onto Peanut, looking to kick him right back over. Rano P not there for the follow-up onto him. Instead, looking to go for BDD. Ornn ultimate comes through now as the Talia wall will also cut off the escape. Turret goes down bottom side, but it's still going to be Kingzone who's in trouble here in the mid lane. Yijin almost drops, but almost not going to do it. It's 2 for 0 going over to Evo. Doing a great job at sacrificing what would need to be sacrificed anyway and finding victories in other places. Khan will find the tier 2 here in the bottom lane to equalize the overall turret count, keep the gold so close. But I love TP canceled is a pretty big, important resource to
they can fight
have
now.
available
They can
on
fight.
the side of Kingzone. The wall is going to be coming through. Shelly makes her way into the fight. Turret's still going to be holding on for now. Once that drops, you'll likely see the engage here. Evos, Rano P able to time that one perfectly. Goes in, drops the box, backing himself away. A nice kick back, able to find Gorilla, going to be taken low. But it's Yijin who drops first. Prey making his escape now as Warzone will continue forward. They know they have to trade like this. Speaking of trades, it's Prey in mid taking down the tier 1. 5 to 4 turret count still. We have
looks like they don't even belong in the group stages, but then they bounce back, beat Team Liquid, and now they're playing against Kingzone here. They're being super active, they're finding great engages, and they just never slow.
Already starting Barons, down to 4,000 health.
Evo saying, all right, you want Prey to keep on going. Prey looking to jump in with the killer instinct. Going to be grabbed by the death sentence. Peanut over the wall, but it's secured by Yijin. Now Peanut finds himself stuck in the pit. It's 2 dead already on the side of Evos. Make it 3. Knockup comes through, able to find its way onto Khan, who uses the stopwatch to keep himself alive. Warzone and Stark, the 2 remaining members with the Baron buff, having to walk themselves away. Make it 1 man standing. Evos finds Baron.
Now, Evos are going straight for the turret. They need to all in for it here. Khan wants to trade.
The turret in the Evos base is very, very low. It looks like they will just opt for the overall trade on this one. Mid lane inhibitor turret dropping rather rapidly. Kingzone not wanting to fight for this at all, but Evos stays in the enemy base, thinking about how they're going to go about this one. Prey coming in from the side, Redemption coming down. Evos pushing onto Nexus turrets now, thinking about backing away. Stark going to fire off the ulti. Khan wants to make his way into the fight as they are going to take Slay incredibly low. Khan into the back line, looking to find the damage. Slay taken down. Stark's going to be number 2 as they'll make it 3 with Rano P, and that is Kingzone with a massive success.
Their jaws shut so quickly here inside of the base. Evos find themselves pushed up against the Nexus turrets, and they get flanked from all sides. Right now, BDD teleporting. They don't want to let anyone escape.
Gorilla should be able to find his opponent here in that tribe rush. Warzone will be found out. Seismic shove keeping Gorilla away for now. Gorilla very, very low on mana. Doesn't have a lot of tools to do anything to this. But with BDD coming up behind him very shortly, Warzone doesn't have much of a way out of this one except back onto the spawn platform. See around. Perhaps in about 40 seconds, but the rest of Kingzone
get something going for them.
Third Infernal now. Bit of poke onto Rano P.
Third Infernal is going to be a big damage bonus for the side of Kingzone if they can secure this one, and it looks like Evos isn't in much of a spot to look to stop it just yet. Khan will secure that one. Lantern over the wall, gets
Out.
Legion
It's
back.
just greatly reduced. You also get to see Slay with the... Oh, actually, let's see what happens here.
Legion. Oh! Can't quite get away from the isolated Acathian Rain. Missile after missile finds its way onto the Evos jungler. And that means Kingzone can take this Baron down, no contest. You will not even see an attempt from Evos. They know there's no chance to steal. And now they're tasked with the very, very difficult job of...
They do hit a Varus ultimate here, which changed to Prey.
Oh, jump in.
But now Ron OP may be caught out, taken down, Prey unstoppable as Warzone finds himself now isolated. He'll go down here too. Khan finds his way into a 1 versus 3, but as Alawi, that's exactly where he's comfortable being. Pulls out the Test of Spirit, nearly takes down Yejin, having to flash away from the power of the Karma, following that one up. Inner Flame not quite going to find the mark, but Prey now dominating. Takes down the enemy AD carry. They will make a clean sweep out of Evos and move their way right towards the Nexus.
And what a game it has been. Kingzone gonna finish it off with the Baron buff here, pushing down bottom side, but man, did Evos put on a good show.
A valiant, valiant effort from Evos, but Kingzone showcasing why they are such an incredible team, how they're able to play around their advantages, their disadvantages. They weathered the storm of the early aggression, the early fighting, the early picks from Evos. They let Khan scale up, and then he groups up, and everything is just an avalanche of Kingzone success.
Khan got to join the team, but also... Okay.
They'll go with Maokai here instead, wanting plenty of engage, just not quite in the form of a giant lava ramp.
I'd probably take a 1 on my side there. Actually, let's see what happens here. Because MLXG, he's very low, but he's behind enemy
Saw him
lines.
too. Maple got eyeballs on him.
MLXG
Hit him with the
has
gun.
the flash. He has the flash, but that's a full HP Maple. He's trying to get away from this one. The Ignite is down, and First Blood with double buffs on the side.
We will check. We will find Mujin in there.
Mujin rather low on mana right now. Throws down the pillar, wanting to get himself away.
He still tags the dragon.
The smooth criminal getting himself back into the pit, but he's dunked before he can do anything about the Drake. MLXG waiting for the smite, doesn't have it, so Maple takes the Drake.
Yeah, he used his smite there.
On flash rules that you always have to look at when it comes to who can carry the game.
Yeah, he's doing everything. Here we go though. Xiaohu does roam up to the top side.
Gonna be in some trouble here. Already spent the flash, and it's 1 versus 3. That Shogath is not long for this world as RNG collapse and take him down. Counter gank not going to be there.
Again, the pressure takes its toll. Uzi was so low that he was not a part of that aggressive move. Even though they had 4 members technically there.
Dial him in. I've seen so many Zoes hit bubbles into missiles, but Maple Zoe doesn't even need the bubble first. He throws the missile out.
An Ocean Drake to match.
To grab a little bit of that sustain to keep him in a safer spot against some of the poke coming through, but the bubble and the barrage, they get it with the help of the Herald, and it looks like they'll just decide to back away after that one. Turret goes down. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, attempt at a counterplay here from RNG in the mid lane, but mid lane we have a collapse from RNG.
Betty in some trouble. The CC comes down. The damage goes through. Goodbye, Betty. Uzi grabs himself kill number 1 of this game.
Righteous Glory and Flash.
Despite it being an Esports with flash, they actually managed to surprise, and that's where the Maokai pick, of course, can be extremely valuable. But that little
Damage on this turret, their banner is ready and already firing, so they get turret gold after that as well.
4 turrets to 1 now for the
They
flash.
go back to this Baron, but because they see RNG at the Infernal Drake, they're like, let's rush it. They might all 5 be at the Drake. They just don't have the damage to kill it fast enough to actually do that, and they end up now giving over a Drake hit. They can actually, well, just have to see it push in. Xiaohu already pushed the bottom lane. Dana's still alive, but it's gonna die now, and flash rolls.
RNG have no vision on the pit. They don't know what the health looks like. They don't even know that flash wolves are
they're
on
not
it.
even gonna check it.
RNG are going to end up giving this away for free. It's taken down to 1,000 HP just as the sapling goes over the wall, and the Feast secures it. Flash
The
wolf.
Baron Dub Siege is going to take effect. Zoe still can throw bubbles here.
We'll see how much the mistake cost them. It's already going to be a tier 2 that drops right now. Turret destroyed by the side of Flash Wolves makes that total. Continuing to fire with the Baron buff from the safety of its range. Means Flash Wolves is comfortably laying siege to this base. They take down inhibitor turret number 1. Moving now onto the inhibitor itself.
Uzi's taking pot shots from the side and getting a couple of chunks down, but now actually they force Maokai in there.
Hanabi trying to get himself away, let me into the back line, but he's all alone. He's isolated, having to flash out. He can't quite do what he wants to do. Instead, get taken down Maple grabs that kill there for himself. Xiaohu trying to get himself away, but it's Benny who grabs the kill now onto MLXG as Uzi retreats with the remaining members of this team. Flash Wolves want to push to find the win right here. Baron buff enchant on the minion wave. Nexus turret number 1 taken down. Nexus turret number 2 will swiftly be the target. Uzi shielded up, but where's the damage? What can he do? Nexus exposed. Betty off to the side, wanting to take this one down. Uzi looking to go in. Can he find the damage? Flash Wolves win!
4-0 for Flash Wolves. They remain.
Take him. You have to go out of your way to find something completely untraditional if you want to find a little niche counter pick to use against it. So we can clearly see here that both Caps and earlier
position going to put that ward on Krugs and makes a visit mid.
While bottom side, it's double lift under some pressure here. Hylissang looking to go in on this one, drop the ignite damage, comes through. Double lift walking away, but still first blooded by the Fnatic bottom lane. Ole now in some trouble, 1 versus 2. Needs to walk himself away.
Bot lane fight, come on, Xmithy, get down there.
Ole flashing forward, able to find the headbutt into the pulverize. Reckless looking to get out of this one. Remember, Summoner spells not available, could be punished. Ole grabbing the kill onto Reckless, as now Hylissang will not be able to escape either. One more auto attack seals the deal, and double it puts the money
Trollwards in the river. There's no sight from Team Liquid.
Smithy wants to walk up, but he can barely throw an axe into the mix. His Poe Pelter.
Clearing out the wards on bottom side. Smithy invading, but another roam from Whipple mid.
They find the knock-up onto Smithy, who does not have the ultimate to get himself away. Smithy barely alive, still trying to walk out of that one, but Cap says no. Cuts him down.
So with all the wards
with the rest of the team, not having the presence there from the top side, and Whipple making a big difference. Now though, he's roaming down.
Impact could potentially do a lot of damage here to Caps, but also has to walk out. Gonna be jugging around and beaten down. Whippo grabs himself the kill. Poe Pelter is now CC'd, and he'll face the same fate. Shurima Shuffle gets him away for just a moment. Ole here on Peel.
Longer than we saw earlier in the game.
Team Liquid does not want to give this Drake away for free. Broxa is taken very low, but Double Lift is caught out and beaten down. Flashes and can't get himself away. It's Drake going over to the side of Fnatic. They've already found a single kill. They're looking to make it even more. Cap's going to be finding the ultimate. There in the middle is Impact, and Ole will absorb some of the damage, but Team Liquid is absolutely routed. Fnatic finds 2 kills. They find the Drake. They'll look for even more. Hylissang over the wall is going to be shuffled back into the turret of Team Liquid. He'll give over a kill back, but it is still a victory here for the Europeans.
Even though their top turret is so low, they're going to be able to get the first turret bonus gold here because Fnatic kind of split. They're doing
it would be there. It wasn't until they saw Poe Pelter walk over a ward they ran away from the turret. So it could maybe have been a bit more for Team Liquid, but obviously it's impossible for them to know exactly where Fnatic's vision will
Also worth pointing out, though, that there are 2 items available on Poe Pelter, including the Zhonya's Hourglass. Ole taking some heavy damage here early on. Going to go ahead, pop the ultimate. Wants to get himself away from this one, as they're also going to be taking a lot of damage here onto Xmithy. Ole drops Xmithy, tries to flash. Devastating Smash comes through. He's stunned up, knocked down. Double Lift in some trouble. Caps looking to run him down. Xmithy still barely escaping. Caps gets the damage onto Double Lift. 3 dead for Team Liquid.
Because Cap stole the red buff from Team Liquid earlier, he is able to finally get that kill with the ignite damage as well. And this is going to be a 21-minute Baron from Fnatic.
Baron at 21 minutes into the game is not what Liquid needed to happen if they wanted to find the win here, but Fnatic is just doing exactly what they want to do, fight after fight. They are winning this. Got the turret advantage, but they're also down 2 Cloud Drakes. Makes it that much harder to keep up on rotations. And they have to deal with all these Baron buffs. Impact will move down to try to clear out some of the minions, but they're not that easy to clear anymore. Not with Whippo standing right next to him, and Caps will provide another threat all the way across the map.
Yeah, you have this Fed Yasuo level 15 top lane with the Baron buff as well. Broxa is around in case a fight happens. Poe Pelter realizing, okay, he can't go for it. There's no information on the enemy jungler. And right now, Team Liquid are pushed very far back on the map.
Some Hylissang mid lane, trying to apply some pressure here onto the tier 2. They will expend the Braum ultimate there, but it buys them enough time for Broxa and Caps to grab the tier 2 in the top lane as well. This is what you want to see from Fnatic. They get the Baron, they apply the pressure, but now, can they get these guys out? Xmithy wants to go in, pops the Ragnarok, puts some damage down, but it's him who's going to be taken incredibly low. Shurima Shuffle able to find both. Caps grabs the kill onto Xmithy as he dies. A 1-for-1 for Fnatic from so much investment.
Yeah, not only 1-for-1, but they're also pushing the rest of the map, and they're about to destroy Team Liquid's base, both bottom and mid under fire.
Even Liquid's victories feel hollow here as Reckless may be caught out. Will be knocked up into the air, has to flash away, gets himself himself out on the hunt, also used. Bottom lane turret will go down with one more shot from the bannered up.
I don't think Fnatic are too sad to see it go over to Team Liquid.
It's a small light shining in the darkness in the next team fight if he's able to go in with the last breath. But he won't even need to if they can find impact like this. A very questionable flash that'll lead him nowhere but back to the spawn platform anyway. One kill over to Fnatic means it's time to push.
Yeah, and they did see them push in the bottom lane, and the entire goal for Team Liquid was just to try and stall. You don't need your top laner walking forward and getting caught out there.
You won't stall anything like this. 2 inhibitors at once under siege as the crowd erupts with chants for Fnatic. They'll take over the base of Team Liquid, get themselves out. Baron will spawn in just a moment, and they might as well about still finding a fight here.
Yeah, they know time is in their favor. If they just keep Team Liquid around, the minions are going to destroy the base. And Team Liquid, all 5 now out on the map.
Liquid's got to make a choice. Ole goes in, finds the pulverize onto 2. Damage coming in. It's Hillsong that's the target right now, but that's not the guy you need. Unstoppable Xmithie going to be stopped now by Reckless's damage. Comelter also down. A double kill for the Fnatic AD carry as Impact stands alone behind enemy lines. Ole tries to hobble away from this one, but the pillar will provide the quadra kill for Reckless. Devilip tries to jump away, but the winner's might comes down.
He's on his way.
To take him out. They want to give this to Reckless. They want the pentakill, but Caps takes it away.
The Team Liquid, they knew that to try and force a fight here or the game would just end. But Fnatic, they were ready for it, and of course they destroyed him.
They're 2-0 on the day. They looked impressive in both wins, and you've got to be happy about this one for Fnatic.
Seemed like Caps is like, oh, maybe he'll crit me again. I gotta finish him up now.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Maybe the timer as well. He's like, listen, it's not going to be a real penta anyway. I can just grab this one.
Guys, come on. We need to win the game. Don't worry about these side objectives. I'll just get this guy here. Still, if your biggest problem in the game was Reckless only got a quadra kill, you're feeling pretty good as Fnatic.
And it fits that it's Caps getting the last kill off the game, because this Yasuo pick, blind pick by him in the draft, there is no real answer from Team Liquid side to try and shut it down. And while in the early game we saw trades back and forth, the moment he got that first kill and he went back and got a few items, he just took over the game, and it's